Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of Davey in Real Life. And today I am prompted to do this because I've had repeated incidents with people, mainly drivers, in a crosswalk. Now, you would think this is a common sense issue. If someone's in the crosswalk, you wait for them to cross. You would think that there would be some common courtesy from drivers in their 4,000 pound plus vehicles to give pedestrians in a crosswalk some slack. The last week has taught me otherwise. I've been walking a lot with Kylie. We've been doing a walk almost every day. Not every day, but pretty frequently. And especially on the weekends, a lot of times it's just me and her. We go for a longer walk. We went for one today. We went for one on this past Sunday. I did not realize that the rules had changed, that you weren't allowed to cross in a crosswalk. I did not realize that if you were crossing in a crosswalk with a cross signal, mind you, you were actually wrong. I did not know that you couldn't do it. Because, you would think that with a crosswalk and a cross signal, you could cross the street and not have to worry about a car careening into you and trying to take you out. I was very, very wrong. My troubles with crosswalks started last Sunday. I decided to go for a very long walk with Kylie. We ended up going down far enough to see the Lake County Fairgrounds because the fair was going on last weekend, and I wanted her to at least... God, I need a haircut. I wanted her to at least see, the fairgrounds. I wanted her to see what was going on, see some of the rides. I wasn't going to go because I was broke at the time, but I wasn't going to let her not see what was going on. And she actually got to see a horse and stuff. It was pretty cool. So to head back, we crossed Menor Avenue, Route 20, down past the fairgrounds, and we worked our way back towards downtown Paynesville. And it was when I got to Fern Road. Now, Fern Road is one of the direct ways to get to Route 2 in Paynesville. And I went to cross that. I had a cross signal. I had waited for the light to change. I had even hit the button and everything. I had the right of way. Start crossing. This guy in a big frickin' sedan, some like Lincoln Town car or something, just goes flying through the intersection in front of me. Makes a left turn off of Route 20 onto Fern, cuts right in front of me. He saw me because I looked right at him as he crossed in front of me. He looked at me, I looked at him. He saw me. He knew I was there with a baby, a toddler, in a stroller. Didn't care. He didn't give a fudge. Kept going through the intersection and carried on with his life like nothing mattered because, hey, I didn't actually hit the pedestrian. Who gives a crap? So after breathing a sigh of relief upon getting across the road, I looked down at Kai and said, well, that was real pleasant. And we had continued on our journey. Our journey continued us down Route 20 until we got to Chestnut, which is where I was going to have to cross because I live in that general vicinity. Get to Chestnut, I hit the button, wait for the cross signal. Light changes, I proceed to cross. I don't think anything of it because I'm in a crosswalk. I have the signal. I wasn't wearing this. I was in a bright white shirt with white shorts on. Kylie was in her yellow dress in a bright multicolored umbrella stroller. And that is when it all went nearly horrifically wrong. It was about a quarter of the way through the crosswalk, I heard a honk. I didn't know where the honk came from. I just looked, and here is this black car bearing down on me, not slowing down. And I had maybe a half second to react when I saw it. It was right on me. No time to really think of anything other than get Kai out of the way and try to absorb as much of the blow as I can without actually seriously getting hurt. I put my hand onto the hood of the car. I managed to lift myself up off the ground just enough so that when it hit my knee, which is where I sustained all my damage, and it was very minor, it hit my knee, bounced me up onto the side of the car a little bit, and I fell onto my butt next to the car. I was able to get up and get out of the way after that. The woman who was driving the car that hit me slowly proceeded to the restaurant that is across the street from where I go in and out of on a daily basis. And I'm going to be really honest, I was in shock at the time. Didn't know what had happened. Didn't really register that I had been hit. Didn't register that Kai was still in her stroller on the ground looking up at the sky, because when I had fallen, I pulled the stroller down with me. And then I realized, oh crap, Kai, are you okay? And I looked down at Kai, and luckily she wasn't hurt. In fact, she looked annoyed that she was looking up at the sky and wasn't walking anymore. So I get to the side, I get across the street, and the woman that was in the car that honked came running over to me asking if I was okay. And I looked down, and I can't see anything now, but I had a scrape on my knee, and that was it. Nothing broken, nothing hurts, nothing was hurting, nothing was really wrong. I just had a scrape. Thank God that my daughter was unharmed. I had gotten the stroller out of the way. The worst that happened was she was on her back in the stroller, looking up at the sky. It could have been much, much worse. The car doesn't honk. I don't react. I'm hit in the side of the leg. My knee is either hyperextended or worse, you know, my ACL is torn. Something horrifically bad could have happened to me, but something horrifically bad could have happened to Kylie. The stroller could have been hit and crushed. She could have been run over. It could have been so much worse. There were a lot of good Samaritans that day. In particular, the woman in the car, the off-duty Painesville police officer who was there, and the gentleman on the bike who was yelling out the woman's license plate. Painesville police, the EMS were there within like minutes of it happening. Everything checked out. I'm okay. Kai's okay. Breathe a big sigh of relief. But my troubles don't end there. No. After this has all happened and the police say I can go home, they're going to, you know, take care of things with her, I go to cross the street again. And wouldn't you know, somebody else ignores the crosswalk, the cross signal, and the pedestrian and goes flying through, turning left onto Menor Avenue. They even peeled out. They were in such a hurry to beat me to the crosswalk that they peeled out and took off with Painesville police right there. I cannot emphasize how furious I was at that person. I was sympathetic to an extent with the woman who hit me. She was upset. She didn't see me. I know she didn't see me. Shit happens. People make mistakes. Nobody got hurt. I can look past it. I cannot look past the two individuals, now three including today, who blatantly ignore the crosswalk, who think that it's their right to ignore it and to disregard pedestrians in a crosswalk with a cross signal. You are the people that make me angry. If you are the type of driver who thinks that it's fun, it's a challenge to try and beat the pedestrian through the crosswalk, you're an asshole. Plain and simple. If you think that it's no big deal, well, it is a big deal. And someday you're going to hit somebody. And you're going to hurt or kill them. And guess what? That's a crime. If you hit somebody in a crosswalk and they have a cross signal, hell, I don't even think they need to have a cross signal. It's a crime. It's vehicular assault or vehicular homicide. Take your pick. Is it worth it? I don't even know if the ticket that this woman probably got was worth it. And I walked away. But then the asshole in the giant white truck peeling out in front of me and Kai again, you're scum. If you are that type of person where you're in that much of a hurry that you have to beat pedestrians across the crosswalk and not show them the dignity and respect of letting them cross, you are scum. So today, I'm walking. We go for a little walk, little lunchtime walk, go to McDonald's, get some lunch. On the way back, before heading back, we went across the street to Walgreens so I could get her some pull-ups because she's out. And I'm getting ready to cross the street. I hit the button. There's an elderly gentleman across the way. I'm hitting the button. I know I've hit the button, which means I get the walk signal when the light changes. And I know that white hand, that white pedestrian symbol showed up. I started crossing. He started crossing. A woman in an SUV with handicap tags hanging from her mirror, which, by the way, are illegal. You cannot drive with them hanging from your mirror in the state of Ohio. So that's, if you would have been hit, you would have been hit with a ticket for that too, my friend. But that's not the main point. Anyway, she starts to drive in front. She tries to drive through the crosswalk with this guy right there. She nearly hits him. Stops about, not that close, but about a foot away. And as I'm walking by him, as I'm crossing, because I'm going, you hit me, I will make sure my daughter's out of the way, you will hit me, and I will sue your ass. I have the right of way. As I'm crossing past him, he goes, at least some people pay attention. Like, she wanted to go. She thought that she would beat you across, and you went. She wasn't being courteous. She was being a bitch. As I'm crossing in front of her, I hear her yelling, "You can't cross, you didn't have a signal." If that's how you're justifying nearly hitting somebody, there's a special place for you. I know I'm ranting about this. I blogged about this. I'll link the blog. I'm enraged by this right now because this is the fourth time in the last week that either myself, my child, or somebody else has either been hit or nearly been hit by somebody in the city of Paynesville because people have no respect for the crosswalk. It's not difficult. If someone's crossing the street, let them freaking cross. You can wait the 30 seconds to 2 minutes it takes for them to get out of the way. If you are in that much of a hurry, you probably should have left 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes earlier, anyway. So yeah, I'm a little fired up about this because today was another close call, and I've already been hit in the last week. Wasn't on my bucket list, but hey, I can add it to the list of things that I've accomplished in my life. Graduating high school, getting a job, becoming certified as a pharmacy tech, getting my own apartment, getting hit by a car in the crosswalk with a cross signal while pushing my daughter. The things I wanted to check off, things I wanted to do before I died. Bottom line is, show a little respect, show a little class, show a little dignity. Stop being in such a damn hurry. Let the people cross. It is their right, after all, as pedestrians. Rant is over. Thanks for watching. Sorry it's a little angry, but I needed to get it out. See you all next time, probably on a brighter note. Thanks for watching.